Hey, what's good, people? This is Holy Word Yancey, and this is Holy Word Yancey Productions. I just feel led just to speak on a few things concerning marriage and the dysfunctions within. First thing I want to talk about is in laws becoming outlaws. Now, the word makes it clear that when a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. You know, and that goes for the females too. And the Bible makes a lot of references to men, and those references go for females as well. Just like where the Bible talks about, I beseech you, dear brothers, and modern day updates of those passages put in sisters, and also the Proverbs, which is really like a father giving advice to a son. Women can apply that knowledge too. So I say all that to say this applies to women too. Women, you're to leave your mother and father and cleave to your husband. And the two of y'all to become one flesh. Y'all are one. Y'all are one. And you have your own unit. Unfortunately, there's parents out there that can't let go of their children. There's parents out there who have various scenarios. One of the common scenarios that I see is there are women who they're at their empty nest stage of life and they don't have a man. So they don't let go of being a mother. Though, mind you, that you'll always be a mother or a father to your child, no matter what. They're grown, they move on, but some of it is just ridiculous. I mean, I actually experienced and I actually witnessed, where in laws become outlaws, where they purposely cause division between their child and their spouse, and where they just really just don't want to let go being a parent, and when really they hoping and praying that their child is released from the bonds of marriage, that they can live with them, or and things will go back like it used to be. And it's sickening. It really is. So if you're married and you're experiencing issues with your in-laws, whoever mother or father is tripping, it's their business to handle that. It's their duty to sit their mom or dad down and tell them that I love you, but you got to realize that I'm married. I don't approve of how you treating my husband or my wife. You haven't lost a son or a daughter, you gained a son or a daughter. You got to realize when you say hurtful things about my spouse, you say hurtful things about me. My marriage means the world to me, and I need you to respect my marriage. So on and so on. If the person whose parents are tripping, if that person don't handle their mom or their dad, that's wrong. Because only one thing's going to result in that. The spouse is going to be fed up, and one day they're going to snap. And they're going to vent some things out of pure anger and out of pure frustration, and things are going to get nasty. So again, husbands, if your parents are coming down harsh on your wife, or wives, if your parents are coming harsh on your husbands, it is your duty to put your parents in check. And it is also for you to recognize that you and your husband are one. You're not separate, you're one being. So what hurts one should hurt you just as equally. You know? You're one. So if you do not handle your parents, you're dead wrong. You're disrespecting your spouse. You're disrespecting your union. It is for you to come at your parent, not your spouse. So if you're passive and don't want to touch it, you're wrong. If you're not trying to go about trying to make resolutions for peace, you're wrong. And if you continue to let your parent disrespect your union, you're wrong. Not saying that you are to dishonor your parents, because you're always supposed to show your parents honor. But if they're disrespecting your marriage, you need to keep your distance. You need to show them that you're serious. Another thing I want to share when it comes to adultery. And things happen, unfortunately. And a lot of people deal with this in their marriage. If there's a husband or a wife who's been cheated on, the best thing that you can do is retreat. I'm not saying leave forever. I'm not saying end the marriage. I'm saying you should retreat. You should get away for a little bit. By doing this, you're going to really prevent a lot of damage. You have to strategically retreat. And like I said, it will prevent a whole lot of damage. When a spouse cheats, the spouse that remains faithful, the spouse that's been treated on, they will go through an emotional roller coaster. You know, it's an onslaught of emotions. They feel betrayed, they feel belittled, they feel angry, they're devastated, and it's not wise to be under the same roof as a person that caused that kind of trauma, because something will happen. You know, if you remain under the roof with the person that cheated on you, one, you being there in a sense shows them that what they did wasn't a big deal. Some people would take it that way. I know for sure those have been cheated on. They made a bold statement by having a momentary retreat. You know, that right then and there let your spouse know that what they did wasn't okay. And that if indeed they want to win that person back, that it's going to take some effort on their part. So that's one reason why it's foolish to stay under the same roof. Two, like I said, that onslaught of emotion is going to get you in trouble. You under the roof with somebody, you're going to eventually have the urge to have sex. Having sex with that someone will put all types of things in a person's head that's been cheated on. Is that person better than me? Is that person bigger than me? That person has something to offer that I don't? Is that person able to do things that I can't do sexually? So forth and so forth. And that right there is going to cause the person that's been cheated on to react in ways that are negative. Another thing is just general affection. Because regardless of what happened, people need attention and affection from their significant others. I know one thing that I went through personally was after I've been cheated on. There was incidents where I drove my significant other at the time. We would often drive places and she would lean on my shoulder as I drove or snuggle up to me as I was driving. And, for a while, I didn't really take or pay much attention to it. But after a while, thoughts start coming through my head. The enemy be working. Was you like this to this other dude? Was you in his car? Was you snuggled up to him like you were snuggled up to me? And just that thought right there would just have me just withdraw or say, can you get off me? Don't lean on me. It had me act in such a way that brought more damage. Another incident that I share from my personal experience. I used to love watching the show Cheaters. I used to love that show until I got cheated on. And this was a show I actually used to watch with my past significant other that cheated on me. And I couldn't watch Cheaters for a long, long time. And it was hard to do because I really liked that show. I thought it was entertaining. Until actually I was in a scenario where I was one being cheated on. Then the show just pissed me off, to be quite frank with you. But anyway, I recall one time where I was just watching Cheaters. And she happened to come in the room and sat down and watched it with me, which was our norm. It was like a Saturday night ritual. We weren't out going somewhere or we weren't doing them with the kids. We will sit back and watch Cheaters. But anyway, this one particular time, I watched it, and this was after I thought things were cool, where I actually thought I got over it. Sat there and watched the Cheater episode, and it was very similar to the experience that I went through. From the occupation from which my ex, was working, and the kind of guy, and for how the girl was lying, saying she was at work and other things, and it really got to me, and it really caused an argument. It made me feel a certain way. So, right there, that's my example, and that's why I really think that it's wise to retreat. Because first, it shows your spouse that what they did was wrong and that you're not going to tolerate it. And second, it prevents you from doing something stupid in in the emotional roller coaster that you're going to go through. What else can I talk about? Another thing for people that are married, it's not just good and bad times. There's going to be good and bad seasons. Seasons, months, years when things go bad. Are you going to be able to love your spouse the same? And when life causes you to separate, will love let you recognize what's going on and you try to reconnect? So often I hear people talk about we grown apart, which really most of the time when that thing happens, it's really one that grew apart, you know? But anyway, like I said, it's not just good and bad times in marriages. It's good and bad seasons. And you're going to have to fight for your love. You're going to have to fight for the reconnection, because life has a way of just doing a number on you. When you marry somebody, and the honeymoon stage is over and that new car smell of your love is gone, you're going to be impacted by raising your kids if you have kids, the frustrations of life, stress on the job, paying bills, you get older, your mindset changes. The things you used to do change, As you go on in life, you realize, your parents are getting older and they may be getting ready to leave this place. You have friends that may no longer be here. All types of things happen. Life just happens. And these things have you caught up in emotions and different scenarios. And both of y'all will go through these things, and you'll drift apart. But love should always have y'all coming back. It's one thing, because it don't happen overnight. True love, when you feel it drift away, you be like, nah, baby, we gotta connect. You know what I mean? And it should be both ways, you separate, husband, hey, we gotta reconnect, baby, and bring it back together. Life hitting, and y'all drift apart, wife like, no, baby, we gotta get back together, and make it come back together. And something that I observed in life, people that endure those bad times, those bad seasons, when they endure it, God returns all those great lovey-dovey feelings, and their intimacy becomes stronger. They know each other, you know what I mean? Their relationship grows. They have more fond memories, you know what I mean? They like the Marines, they got different medals on their chest, you know what I mean? They like the Karate Man. They got a black belt, you know what I mean? When they endure and they get through them bad seasons, man, the love gets stronger. Even when they go through all those negative feelings, because, man, feelings come and go. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, you know what I mean? And love ain't about feelings. Though those feelings, they feel real good, but love isn't feelings. Love is commitment. Love isn't something you can fall in and out of like a bed. Love is commitment. So when people endure them rough times, when they get through it, their love is stronger. Their bond is stronger. I've seen it. Even people that been in scenarios where their spouse cheated on them and they made it through. And at the time, it's a big deal. For a few years, it's a big deal. But 10 years down the line, they're still together. They loving each other better. They're respecting each other better. Man, it's a beautiful thing to see people stay together through the hardships. I'm telling you. I know a few couples. Husband done dipped out. Wife done dipped out. Everybody in the church know. Everybody in the family know. People get to fighting and all this stupid stuff, and they endured all that. And they got God. God was the main reason that got them through. And man, their love is something beautiful. Their love is something strong, man. It's a beautiful thing that'll bring tears to your eyes. How much they love each other more. They truly tell each other, I love you more now than I did years ago. And it's a beautiful thing. So I'm telling you, it's going to not be just good and bad times. It's going to be good and bad seasons. Endure those bad seasons. Get through those bad seasons. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it in the end. And not just that, the examples that they give to their children, those that endure, the examples they give to their children. How they shut down the negative people in their family. Oh, y'all not going to be together. You're going to be divorced living back here with me. How they just shut them ignorant family members down. How they just shut them ignorant friends down that got them negative comments. And how their love endured and how they stay together and the impact it has on their kids. It's just beautiful, man. It's priceless. All right, I'm going to end it there. This is Holy Word Yancey, and this is Holy Word Yancey Productions.